Jai Hind, dear students, class 9, welcome in geography class. Earlier we have discussed about the characteristic features of all the physiographic divisions of India in detail. We have discussed at last the conclusion, the paragraph is here, and here I have discussed one question. The physiographic divisions of India are complementary to each other. Why? Answer I have also discussed that as the mountains are the sources of perennial rivers, forest belts, etc. Northern plain, the source of food, known as granary of India. Peninsular plateau, which is rich in minerals, is playing crucial role in the industrialization process. Coastal regions, ports are providing us fishing and harbor facility, port facility, etc. We have discussed. Today, I am going to discuss about first the question answer given in exercise of your NCERT book. It is I am going to discuss only. You have not to write in your fair notebook. I am just discussing it. There is no need to write these question answers as given in your NCERT. You have to prepare only the notes I will send. The notes contains each and every aspect of the answers related to these questions, and more things are there in notes. So I am going to discuss it only. You have not to write down anywhere. No need. But you must know the answers. So very first, choose the right answer for the four alternatives from the four alternatives given below. First question you can see a landmass. A landmass bounded by sea on three sides is referred to as. Four options are given: coast, island, peninsula, none of the above. What do you think will be correct? Can I recall? Yes, it is the peninsula. The land bounded by sea on three sides is known as peninsula, like the Indian peninsula. And the definition of peninsula in lesson 1 I have given already in notes. Second question, mountain ranges in the eastern part of India forming its boundary with Myanmar are collectively called as. First option is Himachal, second Uttarakhand, third Purvachal, fourth none of these. What is the right answer? It is Purvachal. Purvachal means the eastern hills and mountains. Now, third question. The western coastal strip south of Goa is referred to as. The western coastal strip south of Goa is referred to as Coromandel, Konkan, Kannad, Northern Sarkar. First you think, then I will answer. The right answer is Kannad. See here. Is given about the coastal plain. As given, the western coast sandwiched between the Western Ghat and the Arabian Sea is a narrow plain. It consists of three sections. In map, only two sections are shown. So don't be confused. The northern part of coast is called as Konkan in Mumbai and Goa, and south of Goa the central stretch. It is known as Kannad, and southern part it is known as Malabar. Okay. So here the right option is Kannad. Fourth question. The highest peak in the Eastern Ghat is Anaimudi, Kanchenjunga, Mahendragiri or Khasi. Right answer is Mahendragiri. Now, short questions are asked here. What are tectonic plates? Tectonic plates and plate tectonics. There are two terms. Anytime students are confused related to both them. Plate tectonics is the theory or scientific concept that explains the movement of tectonic plates. And the tectonic plates are the crustal plates, also known as lithospheric plate. So for this question, in notes, answer is there. So you need not worry for that. You will write after preparing the notes. Question is not needed to write it again. In notes already given. Which continents of today were the part of Gondwana land? This type of question for 1 mark earlier asked, but nowadays not asked, and it is not for 3 mark question. So if you are going back to the lesson on page number 8, the lesson on page number 8, this is page number 9, this is page number, here you can see the Gondwana land. The Gondwana land included India, Australia, South Africa, South America, Antarctica as one of single landmarks. Clear? So all the answers are given in your book. It is your responsibility to search there, and it is possible if you are going through contents regularly and if you are reading it carefully, you can recall the answers at the time of questioning. Another question, what is Bhabar? Bhabar is a narrow belt of pebbles lying at the foothills of Shivaliks, where rivers disappear. So related to Bhabar, it will be there in notes. Name the 3 major divisions of Himalaya from north to south. Notes already sent up to this part up to the Himalaya. Again I will send. And from north to south, they are the Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik. Which plateau lies between Arauli and Vindhya? If you are observing map, you will find, yes, it is Malwa Plateau, like that. Name the island group of India having coral origin, Lakshadweep. So likewise, you have to distinguish between converging and diverging tectonic plates. In notes, everything is in detail given. Hangar and Khadar, it is already given in tabular form. Western Ghat, Eastern Ghats will be there in notes. Not to worry. Describe how the Himalayas are formed. It is also included in notes. Which are the major physiographic divisions of India? Now see this question. Such a long question is never asked, but here it is given. It is a NCERT question, just to look. Same questions are never asked in your examination. Which are the major physiographic divisions of India? Can you recall? The Himalayan mountains, the northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the Indian Thar Desert, the coastal plains and the islets. Contrast the relief of Himalayan region with that of peninsular plateau. It is the part of question which is based on understanding of the lesson. You have to contrast the relief of Himalayan region with that of the peninsular plateau. In notes, each and every characteristics are present. I will send to you. You have to find out on the same point how there is a contrast in relief. Simply, I am going to discuss some parts of it. Just listen once. For example, we know that Himalaya is a young cold mountain. You know that peninsular plateau is the oldest landmass of India. Another difference you can find that Himalayan region is mostly made up of sedimentary rocks, but the peninsular plateau is made up of igneous and metamorphic rocks. Likewise, Himalayan region contains loftiest mountain or pointed peak mountain as well as having deep valleys. On the other hand, peninsular plateau is having a rounded hill and shallow valleys. Another difference. More differences are there. You can see that in Himalayan region, there are some areas having very high reach are covered with snow and ice throughout the year, but not the peninsular plateau. And another difference I can recall this time is that precipitation. I am not talking about rainfall. Precipitation includes snowfall, rainfall both. So precipitation in Himalaya occurs in both the form, either in form of rain or snowfall. But in peninsular plateau, rainfall occurs only. So many differences you can find. Especially here it is asked about the relief. Himalaya is a young fold, loftiest mountain, having pointed peaks, deep valleys. On the other hand, peninsular plateau, oldest land block, having rounded hills, shallow valley. Besides that, rivers of the Himalayan region, they are large, flow throughout the year, and they are making different type of structures also. On the other hand, smaller peninsular rivers, they are doing less erosional activity, etc. Again, give an account of the northern plains of India. Northern plains in detail in notes given. A short note about the Indian desert, Central Highland, the island group of India, all they are given in notes. So it is my request and suggestion both as well as my instruction that you have to write only notes will be sent to you in PDF. Only notes you need to note down in your share notebook. You have not to do any question answer, not to do any multiple question answer. No need to write anything extra. Only the notes what I will send you have to write in your share notebook. Clear, I think. Now I am going to discuss the map work related to this lesson. Map work is important to discuss because it is my own experience. Students up to class 8 they are more curious related to map activities, but while they are coming to class 9 they think that it is so easy. We know that how to complete the map work or how to locate these pointings easily, etc. But it is little bit a difficult task. Map work should be satisfactory in geography especially. Now see, in map work, two maps are given in this lesson. This is the first map, given on, and this is the second map on page number 10 and 11, I think. Yes. So far as concerning what are the main map works, first the mountain ranges. First the mountain ranges. For completing map work, you need a political outline map of India. No physical map is allowed. You need only the political outline map of India, and in that map you need to make index. Do you know what is index or legend or key? Yes, this is index, legend or key. Yeah, suppose this is showing mountain range. This index is showing mountain range. Suppose if you have to show mountain ranges, you need a map. Map should be political outline map of India, and in that map you need to draw this symbol in index, and then you have to show the mountain ranges. The important mountain ranges which you need to show in your map are number one, the Karakoram. Now see here, this is the Karakoram. You have to locate this. Clear? Anybody will look your map or first you will see your index. Yes, in index if you have written it is like this. You have written, you have shown the symbol and you have written mountain range. Simply anybody will understand that if you have looking this part, yes, the student has located what? A mountain range. But what is the name of it? After locating, you need to write its name called labeling, Karakoram. So the first mountain range for this lesson to locate and label is the Karakoram. Second is the Jaskar. Jaskar, are you observing? Here it is the Jaskar range. This is Jaskar range. And in between Jaskar and Karakoram, a small range is here called Ladakh. Ladakh is not in syllabus. So you have to locate and label Jaskar. After that, the Shivaliks. From north to south, Himalaya is divided into three parts. The northernmost part, which is known as Great Himalaya or Himadri. This is the Lesser Himalaya or Himachal, and the outermost range, here you can see, it is known as Shivalik. It is the outermost range towards south. After that, the northern plains start. After that, the northern plains start. So here Shivalik, you have to locate Shivalik in this way. Clear? Then another is the Aravalli range. Here it is Aravalli. Are you observing Aravalli? You have to locate first, then you have to name it. It means you have to label it. It is the Aravalli. West of Aravalli, here it is the location of Great Indian Desert. It is the Aravalli range. Next range is the Vindhyan range. Here you can see in Madhya Pradesh, it is called Vindhya range or Vindhyan range, and just below that you can see it is Satpura range. So you have to locate, and to locate in political map, this map given to your book is not sufficient. It will not help you a lot because political boundaries of states are not given. So you need the help of atlas. In atlas, this type of maps showing mountain ranges even with the political boundaries. So you need to take help of atlas only. With help of atlas, you can locate properly, and then you have to level. So you have to locate Vindhya as well as the Satpura. This is the Vindhya and this is Satpura. Then next is the Eastern and Western Ghat. Quite easy to locate. Here you can see this is the Western Ghat, and this is the Eastern Ghat. This is the Western Ghat, and this is the Eastern Ghats. So these are the mountain ranges I have discussed. You have to locate and level in political outline map of India. Entire map or in form of PDF will be sent to you. Don't worry for that. Here in this class I am discussing that where they are located and how you can locate them. To locate them, you need a political outline map of India, and then you need to make index. As in case of this map, you can see here index. Number of things have shown, so index are different. But here you have to show only the mountain range. So this type of index you can make, and you have to write here mountain range. If anybody will look after this, yes, it is a mountain range and already named. It means labeled Eastern Ghat. Its name is Eastern Ghat. So it is clear. This is a mountain range. Its name is Western Ghat. Like this, you have to complete this method. Second, you have to locate and label the important mountain peaks. The important mountain peaks of India. First is the K2. Now see, this is the Karakoram range, and here in the same map you can do this. In the same map, mountain ranges and mountain peaks can be located. So this is the Karakoram range, and here you need to locate K2. As here it is located with a triangle and labeled as K2. Its name is Mount Godwin Austen, but generally known as K2. And this portion is today not in capture of India, actually occupied by Pakistan. So this is now is lying there in that part which is known as Pakistan occupied Kashmir, but still India claim for the entire region as a part of India. So officially it is the highest peak of India. Name is K2. Now second is Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga is highest Himalayan peak, as K2 is located in Karakoram. You have seen the highest Himalayan peak in India is the Kanchenjunga, located in Sikkim. And in previous map, here you can see this is Sikkim. Are you observing? This is Sikkim, a small Himalayan hilly state. Beautiful place. If you are having any time, any chance with your parents, you must go there at Gangtok. You can go towards Karsiang and Darjeeling through these routes also, and it is really a place having beauty of nature, and it is the only state of India having 100% organic farming. So in this state you can see Kanchenjunga is located. Kanchenjunga is located in Sikkim. It is the highest Himalayan peak of India. So in examination, it is not important that the question for locating and leveling will be given directly. Locate Kanchenjunga. It can be asked, locate and level the following. The highest peak of India. So which peak you have to locate? K2. K2 is higher than Kanchenjunga, and the highest peak of India located in Karakoram range. But if it is asked, locate and level the highest Himalayan peak of India, it is the Kanchenjunga, located in Sikkim. Name Kanchenjunga. कंचन मीन्स सोना. जब सूर्य की किरण धूप इसके ऊपर पड़ती है, एज इट इज कवर्ड विद आइस, रियली फ्रॉम वन साइड इट रिजेम्बल्स लाइक golden color, especially during the morning. So in past the peak has named as Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga, Kanchanagiri in Hindi it is known as Kanchenjunga, the name added by lepchas there, the local inhabitants of that particular place. So second peak I have discussed. So in same map, if you are going to do to show mountain range as well as the mountain peak. So what will you to do? Suppose here index has made for mountain range, another index you will make here, and a triangle like the mountains have shown. You can see the triangle. You have to make a triangle over here, and you have to write here mountain peaks. So people will understand. Suppose here a triangle is made. This triangle is showing a mountain peak. What is the name of mountain peak? Anaimudi. Clear? So you need to make index. Third is Anaimudi. You can see here. It is given. It is in Kerala at the tri-junction of Nilgiri. So again I am suggesting you to take help of Atlas. Locate correctly. Otherwise, in map work, if your location is incorrect, it is away from the particular place. Myself, I know about my correction. I allot 0 for wrong location. If it is a little bit mistake over there, if you are changing the political boundary, 0 will be given. So be aware of it. For map work, it is your duty to practice hard. So three important peaks you have to locate: K2, Kanchenjunga and Anaimudi. All these map works, what you have to do, I am sending you. Don't worry for that. In PDF form, next week I will send to you. But you must know. Another thing is there, locate plateaus. Plateaus. This is the plateau. Plateaus only Deccan Plateau and Chota Nagpur Plateau and Malwa Plateau. Three plateaus you have to locate. So you can see in this map the region between which is the Malwa Plateau, between the Aravalli and Vindhya. This plateau you have to locate. You have to make an index for, or other map you can take for this purpose. You have to make index and an area you have to locate completely, and then you have to set and write Malwa Plateau. Then you have to locate Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Here, this part in Jharkhand, parts of Chhattisgarh, parts of Odisha. This region is known as Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Here you have to locate, and it is simple to locate Deccan Plateau. Simply in between eastern and western Ghats, the plateau is known as Deccan Plateau. Between the western Ghat and the eastern Ghat, the plateau is known as Deccan Plateau. So these three plateaus are here. Then you have to locate coastal plains. We are having two coasts, eastern coast and the western coast, eastern coastal plain and the western coastal plain. So as per map, it is given the coastal plains. First you have to locate Konkan. In this map you can find it easily. After the western Ghat towards and in between, you can see the location of Konkan. This is the western coast. In between the western Ghat and the Arabian Sea, and in the north in Maharashtra and Goa. What is the name of this coast? You have to first mark an area, then you have to set, and then you have to write here Konkan. Clear? Second is Malabar. You have to locate. Malabar is here. You can see it is written over the part of Arabian Sea, but don't think this is the region. It is the region. In between Western Ghat and the Arabian Sea, between the Western Ghat and the Arabian Sea, the narrow stretch of plain, here it is known as Malabar coast. So you have to locate that. Then on east, you have to locate Coromandel and the northern Sarkar. Coromandel coast and northern Sarkar. You can see here from below the Mahanadi river up to Andhra Pradesh. This region you can locate northern Sarkar, and towards south, especially in Tamil Nadu and parts of Andhra Pradesh, it is called as Coromandel. As written over here, so don't think it is in this portion of Bay of Bengal. No, no, no. It is in between the Eastern Ghat and the Bay of Bengal. This is the stretch of plain. It is known as Coromandel. Do you know the eastern coast is also divided into three parts? In north, it is known as Northern Sarkar. In center, it is called Golconda Coast, not given to your book, but you must know. Golconda Coast in Andhra Pradesh, and in south in Tamil Nadu, it is known as Coromandel or Coromandel Coast. Likewise, only two names, Konkan and Malabar, are given here, but the western coastal plain is broadly divided into three sections. The northern part, it means in Maharashtra, Goa, it is known as Konkan. In central stretch in Karnataka, near Karnataka, it is known as Kannada plain. Kannad, K-A-N-N-A-D, Kannad. The language of Karnataka is Kannada. Kannad. In Hindi, it is called Kannad. So, plain is also known as Kannad plain. And in south, in Kerala, it is known as Malabar coast. So, this is the map for this lesson you have to complete. Again, I am repeating that for completing the map work, you need, what do you need? You need a political outline map of India. You have to make index to show mountain ranges, mountain peaks. So in one map, you have to locate and label the mountain ranges and mountain peaks. After locating mountain ranges, as I have instructed you, you have to show another index. Suppose another index you will make, and in this index you will show a triangle, and the triangle here you will write mountain peaks. It means through triangle you are locating or labeling the mountain peaks. So after locating all these mountain ranges, namely the Karakoram, Jaskar, Sivalik, Arauli, Vindhya, Satpura, Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, you have to locate only three important peaks you need to locate, namely K2 in Karakoram range, Kanchenjunga in Sikkim, and Anaimudi in south in Kerala. Anaimudi is the highest peak of Western Ghat. Then you have to, so in one map, you can locate and label the mountain range as well as the mountain peaks. In second map, you have to locate plateaus. Only three plateaus you have to locate after their subdivision. Generally, Peninsular Plateau is called Peninsular Plateau, but north of Narmada River, you can see in map. Here it is Narmada, which is flowing between the Vindhya and Satpura range, and here you can see that Narmada, north of Narmada, the plateau is known as Central Highland, and south of Narmada it is called Deccan Plateau. So you have to locate only subdivisions, and Central Highland further divided into four major parts: the Malwa Plateau, the Bundelkhand Plateau, the Baghelkhand Plateau, and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. So which plateaus you need to locate in the map? A separate map you have to take, and in that map you have to locate Deccan Plateau. It is easy to locate. Again I am telling you, the part of plateau lying between, this is the triangular shape, almost triangular in shape, you can see, between the Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. This plateau is known as Deccan Plateau. You have to locate. Then you have to locate Chota Nagpur Plateau. This is the Chota Nagpur Plateau you have to locate. And third is the Malwa Plateau between Vindhya and Arauli. The plateau is known as Malwa Plateau. You have to locate. Then the coastal plains. In second map, after locating plateaus with different index, you can locate coastal plains. And coastal plains you have to locate with different symbol or different color you can utilize. That is easier for you to utilize colors. For locating plateau, you need different color, and for locating coastal plains, you need different color. So, generally, plain area is shown with green color, plateaus with the dark brown color, you can see. So, for coastal plains, you have to locate Konkan and Malabar. You have to locate Konkan and Malabar. You have to locate this part up to this region. This region you have to locate, and you have to name Konkan, and in south this part you have to locate and you have to name. Its name is Malabar Coast. Here, strip is very narrow, so it is difficult to write over here. So it is written here. So don't confuse that it is in the Arabian Sea. No, it is a part of the mainland. Only name is written here. Likewise, you have to locate Northern Sarkar and Coromandel Coast here. This is the Coromandel Coast, and you have to write Coromandel Coast here. Even if you are finding a place in center, you can write. So in this way, you have to complete the map works. So lesson is finished. After discussing all the questions, I have discussed the map work, how to do, because I have found the students are having difficulties related to locating and labeling of the physical features on map, especially on political map. So what is the way through which you can achieve your goal? How you can do your map works correctly? You need to take help of Atlas. In Atlas, all the physical maps are given in which all the political boundary of states, all the states are also marked. So it is easier for you to locate from Atlas only. So I hope that you can do the map works correctly, and the map items need to be located and labeled. I will send you next week in PDF. Possibly, if it is possible, on Saturday I will send, and I will send you notes to write in your fair notebook, and there is no need to write anything extra. Only my notes, what I will send to you through PDF is enough to write, and I will try to send chapter 2 once again entirely, completely. Clear? Now I am going to summarize the entire lesson. Now recall one by one. During time of revision, again we will discuss about this convergent boundary, divergent boundary, transform boundary. It means there are plates, crust is not uniform, crust is not regular, it is fragmented into many parts. There are 7 major parts of it and some minor parts, known as 7 major and some minor plates. And the major plates are shown in this map. You can see here, you can see the Eurasian plate, and both the side you can see Eurasian plate, because they are opening of globe. The same side can be shown at both the end of map. Here Eurasian plate, it is African plate, here Indo-Australian plate, it is South American plate, it is North American plate, and here it is Antarctic plate. So far as concerned plates, map is given to your book. Then you should know that what is Gondwana land. As I have discussed, I am just giving you a clue. Yes, Wagner, a meteorologist of Germany, have thought first that there was a supercontinent and there was a single continent in past. Its name was Pangaea. Pangaea has broken into 2 parts. The northern part has named as Angara land, the southern part as the Gondwana land. So given here you can see Gondwana land, it is the southern part of the ancient supercontinent Pangaea. माना जाता था कि पहले केवल एक ही महाद्वीप था और महासागर भी एक, महासागर को पैंथालासा बोला गया और महाद्वीप जो एक सुपर कॉन्टिनेंट था उसका नाम था पेंजिया। उसका डिवीजन 2 टुकड़ों में हुआ। उत्तर वाले हिस्से को अंगारा लैंड बोला गया, इसका एक दूसरा नाम भी है, लॉरेशिया भी बोलते हैं, और जो सदर्न पार्ट था उसको गोंडवाना लैंड बोला गया। तो वही लिखा है यहाँ पे, इट इज द सदर्न पार्ट ऑफ द एंशिएंट सुपरकॉन्टिनेंट पेंजिया विद अंगारा लैंड इन नॉर्दर्न पार्ट। तो पेंजिया जब 2 टुकड़ों में बटा तो नॉर्दर्न पार्ट का नाम रखा गया अंगारा लैंड और सदर्न पार्ट को क्या नाम दिया गया? गोंडवाना लैंड। इंडिया किसका हिस्सा था? गोंडवाना लैंड का। अब फिर यहाँ पे देखिए, द ओल्डेस्ट लैंड मास द पेनिनसुला वाज द पार्ट ऑफ गोंडवाना लैंड, और कौन? इंडियन पेनिनसुलर पार्ट। एक ट्रायंगुलर शेप में ही गोंडवाना लैंड से अलग हुआ और आकर एक बड़े प्लेट यूरेशियन प्लेट से टकराया, और इन दोनों के कोलिजन से जो यूरेशियन प्लेट और इंडियन प्लेट के बीच में एक जियोसिंक्लाइन, एक सैलो सी, एक छिछला सागर था, उसका नाम था टेथिस। जो पूरी तरह से सेडिमेंट से भरा हुआ था, दोनों ओर से प्रेशर पाके क्रम्बलिंग हुई और उसकी वजह से अप फोल्ड डाउन फोल्ड बनने लगे और हिमालय एग्जिस्टेंस में आया। जब हिमालय बन चुका, उसके बाद से जो नॉर्दर्न पार्ट था पेनिनसुला का, वो धंस गया और वहां एक बहुत बड़ा डिप्रेशन या गड्ढा बन गया। धीरे धीरे हिमालयन नदियां और कुछ पेनिनसुलर नदियां उसमें डिपोजिशन करने लगी और धीरे धीरे वो कन्वर्ट हो गया एक एक्सटेंसिव वास्ट प्लेन में, इसको आज हम नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स के नाम से जानते हैं। So it is my suggestion to go through the contents once again. Now it becomes easier for you to understand also. Then the major physiographic divisions of India. The physical features of India can be grouped under the following physiographic divisions. भौगोलिक प्रदेश, प्राकृतिक प्रदेश कौन कौन से हैं? नंबर 1 the Himalayan mountains, number 2 the northern plains, number 3 the peninsular plateau, number 4 the Indian desert, number 5 the coastal plains, number 6 the islands. We have discussed in detail about all these physiographic divisions. One question I am asking to you, but I know that this time you can't answer, but you must know the answer with the question. Why Himalaya is called young fold mountain? You can see here answer is given. Himalaya geologically young and structurally fold. हिमालय जियोलॉजिकल टाइम स्केल में अभी ये लगभग 40 to 45 मिलियन ईयर्स एगो ही बना है। सो पेनिनसुलर प्लेटू बहुत पुराना है, तो इसीलिए कहते हैं हिमालय जियोलॉजिकली यंग। जियोलॉजिकल टाइम स्केल में ये बहुत बाद में बना है, इसीलिए यंग है। एंड स्ट्रक्चरली दो प्लेट के आपस में कन्वर्जेंट मूवमेंट के थ्रू कोलिजन हुआ और उसकी वजह से क्रम्बलिंग हुई, फोल्डिंग हुई। तो स्ट्रक्चरली क्या है? फोल्ड माउंटेन है। तो हिमालय को हम लोग राइटली कहते हैं यंग एंड फोल्ड माउंटेन। देन पेनिनसुलर प्लेटू, Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat, each and every aspect has in detail has explained to you, and I hope that you can prepare the lesson well and you can score better in your examination. It is really a important lesson for you, as well as I am repeating again about this last paragraph of the lesson. And here the one question of 5 marks can be asked. What is the question? The physiographic divisions of India are complementary to each other. Justify or explain. And the answer is from here. From here, the mountains are the major sources of water up to possibilities of development. All they are complementary to each other. भारत के हर एक प्राकृतिक प्रदेश एक दूसरे के लिए पूरक हैं, एक दूसरे की जरूरत है, और ये सभी फिजिकल फीचर्स एक दूसरे को सहायता करते हैं, जिससे हमारे लिए इमेंस पॉसिबिलिटी है, इमेंस फ्यूचर पॉसिबिलिटी है विकास का। भारत को तीव्र विकास करने के लिए हमारे हर एक प्राकृतिक प्रदेश को इट इज important to utilize resources available in all the geographic divisions of India, and we have to utilize all such resources in a judicious manner so that we can make our development a qualitative and there would be no any loss of natural environment. I hope you have enjoyed the class today. Thank you. Have a nice day.